I need the scoop.
A marriage proposal turns into a relationship nightmare when a bride-to-be's demands reveal her true priorities. This explosive Reddit confession divided thousands over tradition, family control, and what happens when wedding dreams become more important than the person you're marrying. Get ready for a story about compromise, manipulation, and the shocking lengths someone will go to for their perfect day.
Am I in the wrong for not asking my girlfriend's father for permission to marry her? So I feel like the normal situation I read about is the opposite situation, but I personally feel I am in the right here. I'm a 30-year-old man who's been dating my 29-year-old girlfriend for 4 years now, and things have all in all been pretty good. We both don't see eye to eye politically on many things with her father, but still visit him and her mother fairly frequently around holidays, and he is friendly enough to know to not bring up politics around the both of us because we don't agree. But I digress. I've talked about proposing to my girlfriend over the past couple months and about what she wants, and she mentioned she wanted me to ask her dad for permission. I was kind of taken aback by this because it isn't a normal thing my girlfriend would say, so I asked why. She said because it's something she would like me to do. Her sister's husband did it, and some wedding funding from him would likely be contingent on me doing this. I came back with that I wouldn't be asking another person for permission to marry her. It's an extremely outdated tradition for one, and I'm a 30-year-old person. I can do what I want to do with someone I love. I don't need anyone else's permission. She got mad and said I just needed to do it because it's a small thing to ask for, and she wants some of the money to have a few more things at our wedding that we won't be able to afford without it. I'm continuing to stand my ground about not asking for this. Am I in the wrong? After thinking about it more, I think I'll propose a compromise with my girlfriend. I just don't like the asking permission part, so if I phrase it as more of a I'm doing this and want to let you know because I respect you, I think that will make both sides happy. Her father won't lord it over me, but it's just his personality to be the overprotective father. The typical I own a shotgun so treat her right thing was said when I first met him, so it's always been this way.
Reddit users overwhelmingly supported the poster's willingness to compromise, with many suggesting the blessing approach as a perfect middle ground. The proposal went off without a hitch, and wedding planning began in earnest, with both families excited about the upcoming celebration. Just weeks later, a casual conversation about wedding venues would expose demands that transformed celebration into control.
Hi everyone. I posted originally asking if I was in the wrong, but they didn't allow me to post my update there, so I'm putting it here. After reading a lot of the responses in the original thread, I decided to ask for my girlfriend's parents' blessing. I told her I was going to do it, and she was very happy. We were going to visit about 2 weeks after I posted the thread, and I figured it would be a good opportunity to ask. So my fiancée went for a run one morning, and I was lounging around talking with her parents when I said I'd like to talk to them about something. They both kind of smiled like they knew what I was going to say, and immediately her dad says, "Let's go talk in the garage." So him and I go out there, and I phrase it like some people told me to. I want to marry your daughter, and I'm letting you know that I plan to propose because I love her. I also want to get your blessing because I respect you and your wife. He was pleased with the answer and smiled and gave his approval for me to propose. All I needed. The proposal went great about a month later. Romantic, and just like I had planned, my fiancé loved it. So this past Sunday we were discussing venues and the ceremony, and my fiancé casually said, "Well, Dad wants us to get married in this church, so we'll be doing it here." Now I'm not religious and I wouldn't mind getting married in a church, but again, why does his opinion matter for our wedding? So I asked, "Anything else your dad wants for our wedding?" And then said we also needed to stay in separate rooms the night before our wedding too, per her father. Which is hilarious since we've been living together for almost 2 years. This led to a massive argument about the wedding, the role of her dad in her life. I told her that up until a couple of months ago, it seemed like she couldn't have cared less about what her dad thought. But would it stop with the wedding? Would it continue on if we had children? Her excuse was that she was ruining her dream wedding and it was contingent on appeasing her father. She didn't understand why I couldn't compromise and get her the extra cash to get her the wedding she had always dreamed of. So I told her, "I'm not ready to get married if this is the stance you're going to take with your father," and that did not go over well. The yelling started and things started being thrown at me, so I left. I called my buddy and went to his place. He gladly let me come over. I got tons of missed calls from her, some texts ranging from "I miss you, let's talk it out," to "You're an abuser trying to separate me from my family." I just honestly don't know where this behaviour is coming from. It's like my fiancé has been taken over by some bridezilla that only cares about having a perfect wedding. I'm just taking time to think about everything and what I want to do next. For some context, we would have been funding 80% of the wedding ourselves. The extra 20% or so were extras that my father-in-law said he would cover, but only if we fulfilled certain requests. I don't mind doing things that she wants, but I want to say in these things too, especially since we'll be paying for a majority of it. To be completely honest, not much has happened since then. The wedding is still on hold for the moment. We've had maybe 2 brief phone calls, one where it started out okay and then it turned into where she couldn't say anything because she was crying so hard, and another brief one to set up a time and place to just talk things out. I'll maybe update again depending on how it goes. I've been mostly trying to pick up overtime when I can and focus on work. It's easier when I don't have to think about all this other stuff. At least I got some time away to play some Hogwarts Legacy. I'll maybe update again after this, but for now, things aren't looking too great for the future of our relationship. Just trying to keep my head above water.
The community was shocked by the sudden escalation to physical violence, with many warning about the red flags now fully visible. After the dramatic confrontation, both parties retreated to process what had just happened to their 4-year relationship. Despite attempts to reconcile over the following weeks, the fundamental issues that surfaced would prove impossible to overcome.
Hey everyone! I've been getting quite a few messages asking me how things are going, so I figured I'd give you all a quick update. First, the wedding is not happening. Second, we broke up. I've just moved into a new place after staying with a friend for a bit, and I'm just figuring out life. I'm working and staying busy with my golf league. My ex and I tried to make it work for a little while after my last update, and I think we both realised that after what had transpired, it wasn't going to work. So that's what I've got for you. Not that exciting, but hey, honestly life is pretty boring most of the time, unlike what most people on Reddit would like you to believe.
Readers respected the poster's decision to prioritise his well-being over a toxic dynamic that had revealed itself so dramatically. Life settled into a new normal of work, friends, and personal healing after such an unexpected end to a long-term relationship. Over a year later, an unexpected text message would lead to an arrangement that surprised even the poster himself.
Hey everybody, I kind of forgot about this account to be honest. I was thinking about this the other day and logged in and had a couple people asking how I was doing. To be honest, not much has changed. I think last I left you, I'd just moved into a new place, and my ex and I had separated and we'd called off the wedding. For about 4 months or so I didn't have contact with my ex. We just figured it would be best to go our separate ways. I just buried myself in my work and kept at trying to keep my mind off her. But out of the blue I got a message from her, just asking how I was doing. We ended up texting for a bit over the next couple days and we ended up deciding we wanted to meet up for a quick round of drinks just to get some closure. Drinks went well, and we continued to text maybe once every 2 weeks or so. One thing led to another, and a random night I got a text from her asking to come over to her new place. So I did. We've kept this arrangement going now for a while. No plans on getting back together at all, but it's nice to feel like a normal person every 2 to 3 weeks. So that's really it. Work is good, and I'm thinking about potentially getting back out into the dating world soon. I'll have to end the arrangement with my ex if so, but I think she'll be understanding. For context, when I said get back into dating, I didn't mean with my ex. I think we've both realised the arrangement is convenient for the time being, but I have no intentions of getting into another relationship with her. That trust has been broken. It basically just came down to her wanting the extra cash for the wedding. She was just so hell-bent on having the perfect wedding and was willing to do anything to get that. She realises she was wrong now, or at least she says she does. My hesitation is obviously still there because I don't know if she's truthful or not. Anyways, appreciate you all asking about me.
Sometimes the person we think we know best can surprise us in the worst possible ways. The original poster has moved on and is considering new relationships, proving that walking away from toxicity opens doors to better possibilities. Share your thoughts on compromise versus core values in the comments, and explore our other videos for more stories about relationships that reveal true character under pressure.